Across the country, there have been a number of disturbing acts of hate against Asian Americans. How do these trends compare to years past? And is there a connection with the pandemic? Let's take a look at the data from the Center for the Study of Hate and Extremism. Their researchers looked at hate crime patterns in 2020 across 16 American cities. In those 16 areas, overall hate crimes dropped by 7%, but anti-Asian hate crimes rose by 149% in 2020. In 2019, there were 49 documented cases of hate crimes with anti-Asian bias in the 16 cities studied, while in 2020, there were 122 cases. That's more than double the number of hate crimes from the year before.
As police officers going out answering calls, there'll be times, when I deal with either suspects or the citizens, they'll call me names. I'm from Korea, they call me go back to China.
A report published in July 2020 from the Pew Research Center found a majority of Asian adults, 58%, said it was more common for people to, quote, express racist or racially insensitive views about people who are Asian than it was before the coronavirus outbreak.
A few customers came by and they made comments. They asked other, team members, like, are you worried because you work with them? Implying like, oh, Asian people have COVID.
So is this uptick connected to the pandemic? The research suggests yes, there is a link between the two. According to the report, the amount of hate crimes reported to law enforcement rose 40% from pre-pandemic levels in 2019 to 2020 when the pandemic was widespread. And the Pew Research Center study found that, quote, about 4 in 10 U.S. adults say it has become more common for people to express racist views towards Asians since the pandemic began.
Feels like a lot lately where we should be calling ourselves the divided states of America.
There are also organizations collecting data from across the country. Stop AAPI Hate has received thousands of self-reported incidents, majority of which are not reported to law enforcement. Between March 2020 and February 2021, 3,795 incidents of anti-Asian hate were reported to Stop AAPI Hate.
There's been a surge of racism. There's been an increase in hate crimes and overall blatant racism and racist policies.